and people are getting shaped, nourished by it. It can be from any culture, they can be from any culture, right? Now, when you are looking at film from a holistic perspective or point of view, what you are doing is you are looking at direction, obviously the creative leader of the film. You are looking at acting, actor, actresses. You are not doing gender bias, you are not doing any discrimination. I am not going there in this, but you are not doing that. The story, you are looking at the story, your expression, your artistic freedom, the way you want to express, artistic expression. Technical contribution, how you can use your resources to achieve great technical repertoire or expertise with the human appeal, obviously. So these are the things you should do when you make a film, the basic things when you make a film. So that is what you can do. So you write a script or you start with something. You can take a gardener approach, as I mentioned, where you are putting the seeds, you are having a concept, then you are developing the concept. You can have the character breakdowns, you can have the scene breakdowns, you can do all those stuff. You can take the blueprint approach, like an architect. You have the blueprint of the script, then you are going through the script and you are just making your architecture. You can do that. Different approaches, right? It can be linear, it can be non-linear, you can go back and forth, whatever you choose. But ultimately, you are not compromising with that experience of cinema or that experience of storytelling. That is very important. Now, broadly, if you look at the festivals broadly, you have in competition the films which are competing, in competition, not in competition, classics, young talents, critics, mostly broadly if I look at it, it's like all these aspects. Then you have the short films, for example, in Cannes you have the Cine Foundation, it talks about the short films, and there are so many awards which we will come to in the later sessions. But again and again I am focusing on one thing. When you look at film from a holistic point of view, you know the entire experience will be a great experience. For example, you might not get the award for the best director, but you are treating the actors respectfully. They are giving their best performances. You might get the best actor award. You might get the best director award. The actor might not get the award this time, but maybe next time. So it's not about that ego which is stopping you from achieving great things. It's a sense of collaboration. When you are working together, it's a sense of collaboration, it's an act of collaboration, and it is seen in the movie, it is seen in the cinema, right? It is not like that you are fighting with the director and the actor is fighting. If the director gets the award, the actor is angry. If the actor is getting the award, the director is angry. That is not the thing. That's a very scarcity mentality. With that, you cannot achieve great things, at least in cinema or art. That sense of collaboration should be there. The actor should be grateful also towards the director because he or she got that opportunity. The technical contribution, people who did the technical contribution, they should be grateful towards that also. That entire movie making process, the people who were involved in that movie making process. It's a mindset. It's about the mindset. That's why I started with different things, but sometimes I can tell you, when you look at an animal, what do you see? That can teach you a lot. This is something I developed in the recent 2 or 3 days. When you look at an animal, what do you see? Before that, I never thought about it. I took pictures, and those were great pictures. And many people take wildlife pictures and street photography, they do it. But you will find another set of people, they can teach you a lot. How not to get deviated. So when you look at an animal, what do you see? That's another thing. But in terms of cinema, it's a very prestigious festival. Cultural heritage is there, cultural respect is there. So commerce is a part. There are film markets. When you talk about Berlinale, you have the European film market. When you talk to Cannes, you have a film market. Commerce is one aspect of it, art and cinema is there, and then wars and politics and all these things are there. Here we are talking about the art and cinema aspect in Hokaloron also in bigger way, like in larger sessions. Mostly here we talk about the criticism, the philosophies, the artistic aspects. There we mostly we talk about the craft, how you take a camera and how you shoot. If you take one kind of movement, how does it affect your movie making style? How does it affect your storytelling style? If you block the actor in a different way, if you break the characters in a different way, if you involve the casting directors in a different way, early in the process or later in the process, how these things are changing your your filmmaking journey or filmmaking process. We talk about all these things. You will see we will keep talking about all these things. In Hokaloron, larger sessions. Here we are doing shorter sessions. But the appreciation you need to develop by watching films, looking at art, not only films, looking at art. You can go to a museum, you can look at art, you can go to a place where you have a lot of sculptures, you can just look at the sculptures, you can touch them if they are allowing you to touch, feel that thing. The nature will teach you a lot. You can go to a river, you can go to a sea, you can learn so much from that. And then you put it into your words, your expression, the feeling, that experience. The actors are getting a lot of opportunities. If they have suffered, if they have gone through the path, they will relate to it. Then they will add so much more to it, the performance or the storytelling. This is how we make movies, right? Here we are talking about the festivals mainly, so I will keep to that. But again, one thing I missed. When you look at the Venice logo, Venice Film Festival logo, apart from the red color, what is there? There are few words written. What does it mean? Art, architecture, dance, music, theatre, cinema. They are writing all these things. So in Bengal, we have the opportunity or the advantage where you have art, architecture, dance, music, theatre, cinema everywhere. Right? So that's why that's a part of yourself. If you have understood all these things, that's a part of yourself. So just put it in the words. Just write the script, understand cinema, look at a lot of movies, develop that sense, write the script. Then make that movie, make that film. It can be a short film. Don't disrespect the process of making the short film, because many people are imposing that in the culture. In Bengal, if one thing we used to do, the adventure of making a short film, whatever it took, the adventure of making a short film, that is something you should do again, because that can teach you a lot about the filmmaking process. Then you can make a big film one day, but you have that thing in you. You will be having a bigger crew, but you can guide the crew. You can guide the cinematography department, you can guide the sound department, you can guide the actors in a much better way, because you have understood entirely cinema. If you have understood the entire thing, then you are having a lot of crew who are making it easier for a bigger production. But in cinema, when you look at cinema, ultimately it is coming down to that only: screenplay, direction, actor, actresses, editing, then your technical contribution, cinematography. So these are the basics. Understand that, then you can go to the bigger aspects. But if people are making you afraid because of a big production, you have so many people, how can you make a movie? That is the barrier we have now, and we never had it. The adventure of making a film: start with a short film, take a camera and shoot, write something and shoot, you become a filmmaker. Then you do it with the bigger production. But that filmmaking process will teach you a lot, how to become a filmmaker, how to become a leader, how to become a guide. That is important. People are trying to take you away from that. So don't do that. Then if you are honest about yourself, if you are truthful, then you can find a lot of awards, you can tell a lot of things, but ultimately it's the story that should win. That is very important. The experience should win. That's why make movies. Start small, but understand cinema, appreciate cinema. That is important. Venice, Cannes, Berlinale. Then we add Sundance, TIFF, and other Rain Dance and other festivals, San Sebastian, then Karlovy Vary and all this, Locarno, all these festivals we will add. Start with this.